Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Team Disaster Rebirth of Glory release event. I'm your co-host, Ludibrolo. I'm joined here by my friend and teammate, Potwasher.
Hello. We have a new expansion, a lot of exciting new decks, and we have a really exciting first match with BEX against DB Dreamlife.
You see, we've got BEX here with Bloodcraft and Haven, and Dreamlife with Rune and Blood. Blood, of course, if anyone who's been playing the new expansion recently will know that Blood has been taking the ladder and the meta by storm. Quite literally, by storm.
Yeah, but BEX, his vengeance list is really interesting. There's 2 copies of Seductress Vampire. There are some 1-drops in the list, which are very rare. Some Goblins and Disciple of Lust.
Yeah, it's not a standard list from BEX, which might make this a bit more interesting.
Yeah.
Looks like a bit more of an aggressive list.
Yeah. Looks like maybe he's trying to get rid of his hand and make use of his 2 copies of Milnard. So, Milnard, if you have less copies of cards in hand, then it can gain Drain, or it can also gain +3/+1 if you have no other cards in hand.
Yeah, looks like our players are starting up. Also, an interesting thing about BEX list, I just realised, only 2 copies of Seductress Vampire. Generally considered as the engine that makes this deck run. Being able to make you put yourself in vengeance from the very early turns of the game.
Very interesting. And we're going to start off with a Blood Mirror.
Yeah, it's looking like a Blood Mirror here. Quick mulligan from BEX. Dreamlife taking a bit longer to think it over. Can't imagine he wants to keep...
Dreamlife playing much more typical lists that we see right now. About 9 2-drops, 3 copies of Seductress Vampire, of course, and more expensive cards like Calamity Bringer and Destructive Succubus that are in BEX's list. So if the game does go a little bit longer, you can expect the game to maybe go in Dreamlife's favor.
We see BEX shooting out of the gate with the Disciple of Lust on turn 1, getting the early damage in. Choosing to play the
Seductress Vampire.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no Seductress Vampire yet on either side.
So Dreamlife has actually started with one of his vampires in his opener, so they're both actually down to 2 Seductress Vampires in their decks.
The odds of drawing Seductress Vampire is actually pretty low. With 3 copies in the deck, it's generally around like 40%-ish. By turn 4 is the good number to expect, but now there are only 2 copies for each player right now, so that's gonna be even less.
But here we see BEX's more aggressive deck building coming to the forefront. Got a huge board here, Dreamlife to deal with.
And Azazel on turn 5 going first is generally not nearly as strong, but maybe with the addition of some of these 1-drops, it's gonna make it a little bit stronger.
Especially since in the hand we've got an 8-attack Dark General to follow it up with. If he goes for the Evolve on the Azazel to put himself into vengeance.
And Dreamlife is not going to be respecting the 1-cost Disciple here. Of course, there aren't any cards like Vulnerate or the old card, the bat, the Dark Feast bat, to make use of that. There's no copies of the Floros either, so it's going to be dealing damage himself. 9's going to be way lower because of the limitation of 3 damage at a time.
Yeah.
Set with the Zazel effect.
I found that in the mirror match, the Azazel effect is extremely powerful. Because this deck tends to rely on big storm hits. Obviously, you see in the hand of BEX here, we got a 8 attack Dark General coming at Dreamlife's face. If that went down to 3 damage, then that's a big game. It looks like we might just see back-to-back Dark Generals here from BEX. Let's see what he chooses to do with it, though.
It seems like it's one off right now. One of the strongest plays you can do on turn 6 is actually to go with the card. It's not a new card, but effectively a new card since Vengeance wasn't very powerful. The Dublam, however you pronounce it, on turn 6 is very, very powerful.
Oh yeah, with the Evo you get 2 tokens off of it. I go with Dublame myself, but I have no idea how you're meant to pronounce it. I think we're going to see Dark General and Dublame here.
So Dublame
probably going with the
add cards to hand.
Yeah.
With the Fanfare effect and also with the Evo effect as well.
Ooh, we're going to go with the Evolve on it too, just to get even more Storm in hand. Oh, no. A bit of spectator-client weirdness there. Oh yeah, stacking up those Storm followers. I don't think Dreamlife's going to be able to get out of this one, unfortunately.
Yeah, there aren't a lot of wards in the deck. Again, Dublam, one of the few cards that can put a ward out, and also can deal with the peckish Owlcat's actually very good at dealing with the
Well, it can
followers.
Take out stuff like Medusa's ward snakes.
Yeah.
And of course an unevolved Urius fears the Owlcat as well in this deck. Dreamlife is packing the Hellblaze demons for a bit more ward in his deck, but yeah, they're often just not quite enough, you know?
It looks like Dreamlife is going to have to put a ward up, or else he's going to be facing those Laparians.
Yeah.
And
do blame him for difficult to pronounce card names.
Yeah. Or at least Owlcat's easy to say.
I wonder if he'll just go for the Medusa here, given that creates a ward as well. Of course, he doesn't know that BEX has chosen 2 Laparians, but I mean, unfortunately, either way, this is going to be due to the presence of another Dark General there in BEX's hand.
Yeah, that was a really nice setup from BEX, and we saw Dark Generals do a lot of work. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, BEX saw that his their deck was tuned more aggressively than most Blood decks, and just capitalized on that line.
That's gonna be a solid win in the Bloodmere. That's pretty big.
That is big. Dreamlife's gonna have his work cut out for him. Pick up 2 wins with this Alana Haven deck.
BEX is running a more typical Alana list, featuring the bunch of Machina cards as well, along with the Lamonia Flawed Saint. So, able to reduce the cost of a bunch of cards, go wide, use the repair modes to heal up, things like that.
Yeah, this is stuff you'd have seen before if you've been playing around on the ranked ladder recently.
Yeah.
A couple of tech cards got into this deck. We've got a Saintly Core and Angelic Smite. Angelic Smite, assumedly for the mirror match, perhaps. Very good at getting rid of pesky amulets. And of course, any followers, it does banish, so Last words.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the turn 1. So, the turn 1 vengeance going on for Dreamlife.
You never want to see that as the opponent.
And this Robo Wing Precant card, this is a powerhouse. That was the new cards from this set, I think.
Yeah, for sure. It gains Bane, and it also adds it's a repair mode to hand.
Yep.
It's a really strong card. And obviously, combine it with Robo Falcon, can do a lot of cool things with it. So no Vengeance enabled effects going off yet for Dreamlife side, so even though we saw the very early Temptress Vampire, it doesn't seem to be doing too much so far, which you never want to see the game go in such a crazy direction so quickly, so...
Yeah, we haven't seen him capitalize on it just yet, but there is that Laura and Rage General sitting in his hand right now. Oh, and there's the Azazel coming out with the 6 damage on Fanfare. Huge effect. I'm not sure... Oh, the Azazel Evolve effect is quite good against Alana as well, given that they tend to be attacking with very large followers if they get the Alana going.
It's going to be the only guaranteed way to clear both of these followers right now.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go off on the Azazel just yet. Gonna choose to evolve the Forest Bat instead.
Alana doesn't have a lot of ways to clear a very wide board, and Alana, a lot of the times actually on turn 5 going first, doesn't actually create a follower in Alana that has greater than 5 health. So the 5 attack Azazel is actually pretty good there. So interesting to see him go for the split bodies there.
Here we go. Getting that Alana rolling with the Golden Bell. Giving a heal, giving the whole board a buff.
And again, it's going to be a little bit awkward to try to full clear here.
I imagine we're going to see the Medusa come out.
Riparian is possible. Medusa? Yeah.
I think using the mana efficiently here. Get the Medusa out. Get a wide board of your own. Get some Bane going. Always a hassle for Alana to deal with the Bane. Oh, and get that Medusiana as well, of course. 3 big Bane attacks can clear off quite a nasty board sometimes.
Is he going to go for Delafie or Ammonium? Both look like pretty strong options. If there was a Kellen hand, it'd be a pretty easy Delafie. Maybe Delafie pass immediately, but gonna go for the Evo.
Yeah, gonna get rid of this Medusa.
Yeah, you do want to
get that Alana
hold
buff.
on to your evolve points if possible. Use it on the Evo cards like Kel and some other cards, but
this match is just going to be haymakers back and forth every turn. I think we've already got the 9 shadows required for that Holy Lord Ektar in BEX's hand, so that plus the heal proccing the Alana from the dealer fill.
Yeah, and another super important card, no copies of Calamity Bringer yet for Dreamlife.
That can be really clutch at clearing a large board.
Yeah.
That card is so scary now with Vengeance being always on.
Yeah.
It's effectively just a Bahamut.
If you have Calamity Bringer in hand, you can actually let things go most of the time.
Yeah, you can let Alana get a little out of control if you know that you're going to hit the reset button
Yeah.
on the Calamity Bringer, but without that, without that safety net, Dreamlife's going to have to be a lot... a little more conservative in his plays, should we say. You see Dreamlife going for the strategy of buffing up that Medusiana. With the Laura in hand, that can be 3 storm attacks going straight to the face. And that's obviously the line that we're on the Dreamlife side. It's not quite a one-turn kill, but it's pretty close.
I think it's gonna be very, very...
There's another Laura. Yeah, here we go. Setting up the Medusiana next turn. I imagine we'll see an evolve on the Laura here going face. Oh, I guess not. Oh, with the evolve on the Medusiana, of course.
Yeah. Evolve to get 8 times through 24 damage.
Although, BEX does have another Holy Lord Ektar to follow this last one up. That'll give them 2 more wards, which will get buffed by the Alana proc at the end of the turn. So the Medusiana won't be able to get through if that's the play here.
As the Haven side, it's really hard to keep track of the buffs and things like that.
Oh yeah. This is definitely a
really...
taking notes kind of meta so far. You want to be tracking the stuff like that.
It's not gonna play a ward.
Not choosing the ward is going to be a painful decision here. Trying to go for the big board, I guess. Not sure about this line, but I'm sure Dreamlife is happy to see it. Though with the power of Laura and Medusiana, this is over. The 1-turn kill.
Man, that is
such a powerful deck.
It's so easy to forget.
Yeah.
The Medusiana and the buff.
So many games it doesn't matter. And then bam.
Yeah.
24 damage to the face. We'll be going 1-1 in this winner's semi-final match. Queuing up Dreamlife's rune deck.
Yeah, it's going to be a more traditional spell boost deck with Ryo and Solomon. So that's definitely going to be a little bit better against Alana Haven.
This is of course the Steel Rebellion special. No new cards. If you're playing on a budget, this is the kind of deck you want to look out for.
Yeah, new cards. The Twin Blade Mage?
Yeah, I have
Also
seen
very
some derivations of this rune list.
Yeah.
Edging a bit closer to like all in on the Storm spell boost followers. Like the Twin Blade Mage with the Mysterian Project to copy them.
Blood, but
Yeah, I
if
imagine.
you're trying to have a better matchup against the other decks rather than Blood.
Yeah, this has got a better spread against the field, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Like pretty strong hands on either side. No Alana yet seen for BEX. And Dreamlife will be looking for the the Solomon. Yeah, I imagine we'll see the Zoe coming out here. If it survives, you get some tasty draws the next turn. You can dig a bit deeper, get that Alana.
It is pretty important to guarantee the draws later on if you feel like you're not gonna have enough cards, but it's gonna
can be really important to refill with the Zoe.
Yeah.
Let's see the. Oh, I thought we'd see the Rabbit Healer coming out here first. Oh, there's the Alana. Now we're cooking with gas.
Another important thing to note is that Zoe, the effect works if a follower is healed, but it doesn't work for Alana, so kind of small decision making there where he healed up the Zoe, knowing the card effects and things. It's really hard when it's like only a few days into the expansion sometimes.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we'll see already quite a good eye on the game and the meta from all the players that we'll see today in this top cut. Dreamlife, considering his options, I imagine we'll see a Tetra evolve here. There we go.
And we might see an Alana become a 6/6 on the next turn.
Oh yeah, this is a pretty strong hand, that Alana. Followed up with the I can't say her name properly. How do you say it, Pot? You said it right.
I don't know, like Delafie.
Yeah, you've got to do the A at the end. Delafie. I always just call her Delafil. But yeah, certainly a strong couple of turns here coming up from BEX.
But 5-3-1-1, even if this Alana is buffed twice, the 1-1's gonna finish it off, or the Magic Missile on hand.
Hmm. Yeah, you could be staring down a much worse board than this from Alana. So starting off with the Eleanor here, getting a couple of spell boosts on that new Fire Embrace that we just drew.
Looks like Dreamlife's gonna be holding on to a bunch of removal cards in hand. We see the two Fire Embraces, the Splendor, really powerful against Haven. And if you look at Haven's hand is actually pretty not too many cards right now.
Yeah, this is kind of running out of steam on BEX's side. We've got the Lamonia, which will give him another Evo, allow him to clear off a bit more board. And the Angelic Smite will draw a card for both players. But kind of running out of steam here. Using that Zoe up early means that not many cards to flow in on the Haven side.
You do see this pretty often from Haven. No copies of cards like the Float Board Mercenary, I believe. The 2/1/2 draw mech. That's also a decent card to just
just to get through your deck a bit faster.
Not reduce the hand size. Yeah. Didn't draw the Golden Bell. Really important going first. Firing
off the Rabbit Healer here. Getting extra body on the board. But Big Daddy Ryo coming out here for Dreamlife with his massive abs and massive spell boosts for the deck. That's a whopping 9 spell boosts for every card in the deck now. And Fate's Hand here going to draw into some of those freshly boosted cards.
As long as Rune doesn't leave anything up, it's really hard for Haven to deal any damage from hand. So this is gonna be important here. I'm going to use up the current mode.
This is a pretty nice board, but we've got some Fiery Embraces with these cards' names on them.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's gonna be a third room.
This board did not last for very long. And then in with the Fate's Hand. There's the Solomon. Coming in with that 0-cost seal from the Ryo effect.
So, a small thing here, if you use Fire Embrace and the Mecha Wing Angel first, then you're able to boost the ring up to 2, and then draw a Solomon and a ring off the Solomon and have an extra 2/2 out. So if you want to get an extra 2/2, that would have been another option there. And right now, Rune's one card is worth way more than Haven. So giving him the extra card with that, the Angelic Smite, doesn't feel so great.
Oh, well. Speaking of Rune's one card being mightier than Haven's, this Edict of Truth is going to draw Dreamlife back up to full hand of cards. And recover 7 play points. This is not looking too hot for BEX. Dreamlife considering his bounty of riches here. Multiple Clarks, multiple truth adjudications.
Definitely want to get the boost up on the truth adjudication, but also not in a hurry. So
Going
a lot of options here.
Choosing to remove one of the assembly droids with the Veridic ritual there.
Yeah.
Interesting choice.
Personally, I think that it was pretty important to just get something somewhat larger out there. Maybe just go for the truth adjudication with 9 boosts.
Yeah, I suppose Dreamlife might have been worried that if he lets these assembly droids get too big, he's not got anything in his hand currently that's able to clear them. He's used 2 fiery embraces already. So choosing to kill them off early.
But if that's the case, you also don't want to... If the opponent's able to build a board with something like this, Ektar here, yeah, pretty scary. I wonder what the count for the aluminum count is.
I believe he's played 1 so far. Yes.
Okay. So 1 more for Aegis.
Yeah, so if this Robo Falcon dies, then we'll be seeing an Aegis from BEX. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think Dreamlife, it might have been better for him to try and pivot towards, a more aggressive line, try and force through the win here on that last turn instead of clearing off the board like you were saying. Choosing to go with the adjudication now.
Yeah. Oh, this is so scary.
Yeah, so now we're assumedly going to see the Falcon traded off here, get another Salvation in hand, reduce the Alana with all of them, and we'll be seeing a big blast from the past. Heavenly Aegis.
Since 8 indestructible force.
Who, of course, also, because he needs it, gets buffed by the Alana procs, since only changes to its attack and defense will work. I believe a couple of copies of Aegis were played in the original Alana deck. So, nice to see him back. Probably not so nice to see for Dreamlife, however. He has no way of getting rid of this unstoppable force, and needs to find the win pretty sharpish. Looks like BEX hasn't quite got lethal next turn. Of course, the draw might change that. Multiple heals.
As long as there's a ward on the board, Dreamlife's gonna be okay.
Yeah. We can assume that he's going to be playing another Truth Adjudication here.
Yeah. And it's going to take 2 hits from the Aegis, pretty much no matter what at this point. So Dreamlife has a little bit of time.
Dreamlife's still clearing with the Verdict Rituals.
I mean, I think you have to get rid of the 3-3, the 3-4.
You think so? How much are these Truth Adjudications? The Truth Adjudications are on 18. If we'd have gone face with both the Verdict Rituals so far, we'd done an extra 6 damage. I don't think it's out of the question. Ooh. He's playing the smaller one, leaving a 20 boosted Truth Adjudication to come next turn, with a Fate's Hand to give it a bit of extra punch, and another Clark in hand. So maybe we're going for the huge hit for this massively boosted Truth Adjudication next turn, and throwing it off to RNGesus.
It's getting pretty dicey. It'll be a close game either way.
Yeah, he's leaving it all to the roll of a dice. Truly, this is Shadowverse.
Ward's gonna go up to 4 health if he attacks face here. I think that's quite good.
Yeah, there isn't... Going for the trade. So, for staring down 14 health.
So, couple win conditions for Haven at this point. Maybe decking the opponent out is an option?
Yeah, only 4 cards left in deck. Fair amount of dead cards here for Dreamlife. Ah, and he can't even accelerate the clock here.
I guess you can do something like...
Oh, he's going for the truth
Solomon
adjudication
run
first.
out the 3/5. Does he have one more Zealot?
Let's have a look. Guessed. No, he's used up all of his zealots.
No. One more Fire Embrace. He's used 2 Wind Blast already.
I think he has to go for the truth adjudication and hope that he knocks BEX down to 3 health. Finish it off with the Clark Excel. I don't see another line here. Could go with the Fate's Hand just for 1 extra boost on the adjudication. If this is your desperation line. Time has appeared. He's got to decide now. He's leaving it 1 more turn. Going for the extra boosts. Oh, I hope he's got enough time. Oof.
$15, and then plus 2 is 17. Damage. Aegis has to go face.
Has to go face here.
So... At this point, Fire Embrace is guaranteed to be gone. So it looks like he's trying to go for this.
You've got to at this point.
Maybe shoot face, Fire Embrace.
Just get as many boosts going as you can. Clear it off. Both these Solomons go face. Down to 12.
So
This truth adjudication on 24 right now. Just needs to go 9 damage to the face. And there it is!
Wow.
Dreamlife with the massive truth adjudication. Making it through to the winners finals. What a crazy game!
We saw BEX pick up the Blood Mirror with his pretty teched out Blood deck. Very aggressive deck. But Dreamlife just calmly takes 2 games off of BEX's Alana Haven.
Honestly, I think that was
Really
masterfully played by Dreamlife there.
Really great lineup ideas, I'd say. I think overall, just being able to target that Alana, have that good matchup in the pocket, seal the deal there in the end for Dreamlife. Wow, that was an exciting first match.
It really was. And we're getting straight into our other winners semi-final match.
Wow.
Just setting it up now.
When the Ryo came down, I thought it was going to be a pretty quick game after that, but Aegis comes down, and then, wow, the Ektar,